Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods where are we? We're gonna YouTube. Peace and love, kings, queens, and gods on IG. You already know what it be. It is boom, 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 boom. Midday mind, right? Just a moment, a break from the day, a break from all the other things that are going on in this societal reality. Just to check in with ourselves, see how we doing, grow. And speaking of which, we'll get some of the ads out the way, some of the fun stuff. My name is Jarek. I'm the Floating Yogi, and this broadcast is brought to you by UE, Urban Yogic Wellness and Education. We're restructuring how you see health and wellness in the community, bringing the power of healing and evolution back to the individual's hand. Some of our sponsors, you're going to hear these magical bowls, the gong, the marines. What? Oh my gosh! All these things, all of these are brought to you by Buddha Blessing. Buddha Blessing has the magical bowls. I have a chakra sets available as well. They're on my website. You can check them out. Small and large, handmade from Tibetan and sent in from India. Welcome Julian. Welcome Payoger. Also, if you like the bowls, if it helps you set the vibe. Hey, what's going on, man? If you like the bowls, if they setting the vibe for you, you can check out my track on all streaming platforms, live from Costa Rica, and just hang out with the howler monkeys with me, right? Hang out with the thunderstorms, with the rains, with the vibes. That can be your day, your way to set the day. And after you do, then go to my IG stories, vote, meditate, and share, and that'll give you an entry into the monthly giveaway. There's this month, I believe Sukha Center is going to be hosting it. They got some giveaways happening for online classes and in-person stuff. We'll solidify that, and I'm going to send it out a little bit later. We just had some mishaps with IG. I'm not able to post on mine. So we here on UE making it happen. And also they shut down the other broadcasts, but that don't matter. The train ain't stopping. The movement ain't stopping. What else is there?
All right. Let them know.
Right?
Don't stop.
Yeah.
When I met you, you were shadow banned for no reason. And you was like, I need some, you like, Instagram ain't showing, whatever. And I was just like, yeah, let's go. And I went to work.
And here it is. They got me, I'm not able to interact with the masses is how I see it. Anything that I could do DMs, comments sometimes go through, and I can like stuff so they can get my data, but they won't let me reach out to people. But that's cool. We here now, we flowing, we growing. Some of the other sponsors are Born to Fly Fitness, where fitness is fashion, and I'm also letting you know that mental health is wealth as well. So again, go on, meditate, listen to the soundtrack. That's your 5 minutes to set the day, to get your mind right, and then move forward from there. We could check in on Thursdays and see how we doing, refresh, and move forward with a little bit more clear headspace. What else is there? There's also Moto's Detox. Moto's Detox got the smoothies, serums, elixirs. Them Jones gonna get you right, skin glowing, detox the body. They're on the website as well. Also the teas, Floating Yogi teas. So in classes, it's a whole bunch. Check out the website, floatingyogi.com. All right, now that we got the no commercials, also throw that out there. No commercials. Now that we got all the sponsors, all the people who are part of this movement out the way, let's get to the movement. We were talking about Monday night book club is when I got banned and cut off. We were talking about waking up from illusion to reality. Where was that?
So with the Zoom video.
The Zoom video? Oh, thank you. It's been a lot of little things I've been having to check up on, and I appreciate you getting me together.
Well, I see my man Julian over there.
Hey.
And he may not know that you on everything, everywhere, all the time. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, like MySpace probably even. So
yeah, MySpace. My page is still active. They might not have me banned on there. Julia, welcome, welcome, welcome. Rashida. And Bear's in the house too. He on the Zoom Joan vibing with us. So yeah, last week we were talking about waking up from illusion to reality. We were talking about not being centered in ourselves, things shifting us to fit with the culture, like religion, like society, education. That'll put us off center. But then we also talked about the fact that we kind of need that as well, because then that'll create the balance. And the balance. Oh, for the new folk, we reading Osho's Book of Secrets. You can check out. They got a documentary on them on Netflix, Wild Wild West. I think it's still up. They might not have it up anymore, but I encourage you to check it out. That joint's straight fire. It's interesting about how they looked at what he did. So we talked about disciplines needed so we can fit into society, because if you're too authentic, if you're too yourself, then you're not able to work with a team or with an organization. So that discipline and that conformity is necessary. Another thing that we talked about was we went through the story of the guy who married 8 women, and each time he complained about the same. He was like, "I'm going to be more careful, and I'm not going to choose the wrong woman." And then she turns out to be the same one, and it comes to a point where even though you're choosing cautiously, the chooser itself is unconscious. And then we go on doing outward things, but we remain the same, and that comes back to that existential experience we were talking about, creating something that will allow us to change. Because a lot of times we philosophize things and just think about it and think it to death, as opposed to have an experience with it. And life is in the action, is the experience, not just in our heads. And that's one of the concepts of what center are we in? Are we in our navel center where we're born? Do we move up to the love center, the heart? Or are we in our heads? Because if we're in our heads, it's only going to be the reality that we see in our heads with that third eye. We talked about the imprints that we have, those we call samskaras. We move off center. The center is not destroyed. And then we got into self-remembering. So this is where we're going to be today. This is what we're going to do a little bit of talking today, and a little bit of meditating on today. We were mentioning that there is only fear and falsity. I like that, because fear and falsity is in the form of you're either scared to do something, or you're kind of faking it till you make it, and that's where the fake it till you make it idea comes from. But the faking it till you make it, life challenges us, and for the practice, because that's the easy way for me to explain it. So if I'm practicing each day, and I don't want to get up and practice, and I'm like, all right, I just don't want to do it. Am I gonna stand and actually fake it and say, no, this is where I'm at, am I done? Or am I going to move forward and say, this is who I want to be, so let me choose? There is clearly a balance between pushing yourself too hard and finding rest, and not pushing, and not pushing to the point where you exhaust those muscles. Because if you go to the gym and you're working out, easy correlation, a lot of the majority of the strength building is done after the muscles are exhausted, in like the final 90 to 100 some percent that we have to give. So if we just keep hitting at surface level, we're really not going to dive deep. Fake it till you make it versus imposter syndrome. Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you. I like that. I like that addition. I like that correlation, because it makes a separation. Like, no, there is balance. And that's what we're striving for. The whole concept is to find balance. This whole world is a bunch of highs and a bunch of lows. And where do we coast on? Where are we like, all right, I can deal with these lows. I can deal with these highs. Because sometimes the highs can be so high, they unground us, and we're uncentered. We're floating all over the place. Everything's so good that we forget about our foundation, the little things that got us there. And that's like the roots. The deeper the roots, the taller the tree. Okay, so now what we getting into today? That was another good thing. Okay, self-remembering helps and only self-remembering helps. Nothing else can transform you. With the false center, there is no growth, only accumulation. And remember the distinction between accumulation and growth. With the false center, you can accumulate. You can accumulate wealth. These are substances of our ego, the society. You can accumulate wealth, you can accumulate knowledge, you can accumulate anything without any growth, without changing you as a person. So when we strive for things like, oh, I want to have this title or I want to get this type of money, then we're kind of falling short. I'm gonna keep him going. He got some more bars coming in. Growth happens only in the real center. Growth not because of that. Growth happens only in the real center. Growth is not an accumulation. You are not burdened by growth. Accumulation isn't a burden. So today, that's where we're starting. We're going to meditate on whatever thoughts, sensations, images, feelings, or thoughts that's swirling around, whichever ones come. We want to see which ones are an accumulation and which ones are actually causing us to grow. That's it. So, if you can meet me in a seated position with a tall spine, shoulders back, chest up, we want to support our own spine. We don't want anything to hold us up. So if there's a wall, lift up. Feel those muscles that are compressed in. We want to be able to move around them, lengthen them, create space between them. Welcome, 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 Marcus. Welcome.
Thank you, brother. Welcome, and thank you for holding this space.
We're going to do a quick meditation on it's a self-remembering exercise. What is an accumulation in our life, and what is growth? I said the distinction between accumulation and growth. You can accumulate knowledge, you can accumulate stuff, you can accumulate wealth, you can accumulate things, but growth is not an accumulation. It is a transformation. It is a change within yourself. So we're meditating on what are the things that are impacting us, that have a heavy weight on us, that are an accumulation, and which ones are growth. And we're not trying to judge any of them, by the way. We're not trying to judge them. Just let them be what they are. Just observe them. So, if you can meet me in that seated position, tall spine, unsupported. Close the eyes, lower the gaze. And take a moment just to let the body soften. And as the body softens, don't allow yourself to give in to gravity, to sink in, to compress, to let the shoulders collapse. And then let the breath soften with the body. Follow the inhale, the cool air coming in, and then as you exhale, follow the warm air going out. As you do that, start to take that observer state. Start to visualize the body. Start to visualize the breath within it. Where you are in your room. And then after you go macro, bring it in. Come back to the body. Come back to the breath. And then allow yourself to sift any sensations, images, feelings, or thoughts. Let them come and let them go. Anytime it's so hard to let one go, soften the body. Come back to your posture. Come back to the breath. And then count that as one. As the frequencies soften, allow thoughts, allow sensations, allow those sifts to come back in. And anyone that feels like it might have a little weight to it, it causes this change in your body that pulls you down, just like the shoulders collapsing. Just like the head tilting forward, the chin coming in. Make a note of it. Maybe that's a sign of accumulation. If it pulls you deeper into a sift, and out of that observer state, anything that energizes you, that makes that inhale feel like a breath of life. Feel lighter than air. Cool in places you didn't know you had. Maybe we count that as growth. Feel those as well. If the body wants to shift, wants to twist, allow it. And then come back. Come back to that observer state, watching the body, watching the breath, watching the accumulation and the growth. let the waves, allow yourself to sink into the stillness as the frequencies settle. Feel how the body can soften more. And that cool air coming in can seep into more places in the body. Behind where you thought was possible. In front. Above. And below. You can start to come back, putting things back in drawers, back in folders and doors. If you left, if you went somewhere else, past the body, the room you're in, start to come back. And we'll close with 3 breaths. First one in and out through the nose, last 2 in through the nose and out through the mouth. All of the accumulation, all of the weight, all of that levity out through the mouth. Breathe. Exhale it in. In through the nose. All the growth, even the growth, feel the lift to the shoulders. Out through the nose. And let the shoulders stay up there. In through the nose. Let it out through the mouth. All the weights. Last one, in through the nose. Hold at the top. Breathe in above, below the height of that last inhale. In front. Let it go. We'll bring the hands to prayer. Thumbs to the forehead and take a bow. Thanks for going with me on that journey. I appreciate that. Ooh. I got some pop from that. I encourage you to move after, even if I'm sure you probably feel like it a little stiff after not moving for a minute. Any cracks you get is great. Even though I know they told us if we crack, we get arthritis and all that. Yeah, that's misinformation drastically. Those cracks is just the stagnant energy moving. The sound is actually fluid displacing in our bodies. So that was just a sidebar. And to clear the mental air, because there's definitely a yoga high after that. If you care to share any of the accumulation that you felt, one, how was the experience for you? Then,
It was a beautiful experience, man. Thank you so much. As brother said, for creating this space. What came up for me, and I don't know if it's just because I'm rocking a kimono today, but the term lazy warrior.
Okay.
Having had to soften in response to the world that we're living in, and in order to remain empathic and remain compassionate towards others, having to soften, but in that space, not being as disciplined with my own practice, and my own, self-sustaining measures, and measures to thrive. And so as I detox today and fast, I was just thinking, I used to be able to fast for several days, no problem, a week, max. And over this pandemic, it's been a struggle to do it for one day, because I realized in that meditation, food has become my constant companion. I still exercise, do all that great stuff, but yeah, that meditation took me to a place where there was an identification of just kind of being a lazy warrior, and the need to just really embrace growth versus accumulation.
Thanks for sharing. Lazy warrior. Ooh, okay. So when you said that, what hits for me is because sometimes I feel like I'm being lazy, and I'll call myself lazy, knowing damn well I'm working my ass off and I'm just resting. Let me double check this. Oh damn! Anyone got Let me see if I can do this without messing up the video feed. Meek. I like the word meek. Yeah, video feed's gonna mess up for a second, but I like the word meek, which is power under control. And like I was mentioning before, I'm not sure if you were here earlier, we were talking about finding the balance between rest, between like that effort and growth. No, Marty's popped in. The lazy, I'm fucking with it. I'm gonna say that later because that's gonna tie into it. Oh damn, y'all couldn't see. Hold up. Alright, we're back. With some dude. Alright, yeah, y'all aren't able to see. Okay, fair enough. We'll do that at the end. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. I know Yogi saying, oh, it's diaper time. You good. Marcus.
Yeah, man. I would love to share what I experienced, and once again, I want to give you some gratitude for holding this space and being a vessel for this energy.
Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for the energy.
Absolutely. So something that I experienced, and what I love, it's just like, it's a journey every time. It's a journey from being in that deep physicalness, the ego mind and everything, and then you just shedding layer upon layer into that inner self. And the further you go, the more you become still and quiet and drift away, kind of. And what I started to remember and feel as I started to get still was I could feel my physical vessel beginning to kind of, not exactly like rock, but kind of sway. But it was a sway because what was happening was my crown center was so open that the light force, or divine light, however you'd like to describe it, it was, funneling and vortexing in through that casual chakra into the crown chakra. And I could just feel that organic, natural flow of that energy just spiraling into the crown. And due to like the intensity of that energy, it was making my physical vessel kind of sway with it and flow like a harmonic symphony.
Like a breath, huh?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say I had the same experience, but for me, it's about the bowls too. So the vibrations, this time I felt the bowls. Like I felt like my body was one of the bowls. Plus the and I told you every time, that's why I like the infinity symbols now, because they snap me out of whatever. Even if it's nothing, they snap me out for me to come back to center. And you do them at the best time. Because at one moment, what's your name? What Marcus was saying, because I have those moments where I'm out of it, I'm zoned out, and it's white light, and I'm so deep in that I'm moving, and I know I'm moving. I just let it go because I'm like, I wonder if anybody's looking at me do the thing, because I know that I usually go backwards or to the side.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened is the finger symbols took me out. The first time they put me deeper,
but then they brought me out. It's the timing that, you know, for me, it's the music part. So.
Come on now. All streaming platforms. Maybe that's your daily meditation, live from Costa Rica. Thank you. Yeah.
You know, I had the same experiences they had, but all I could envision was my ass getting fat from all this food I'm eating. And so when I was looking at myself swaying, it was like I was like 300 pounds bigger. So it was like, you know, it was like, yeah, I felt the vortex too. I'm like, okay, I can see yourself tumbling down. I'm just kidding, you guys. It was amazing, man.
But what you were saying before was, I mean, that was yourself holding yourself accountable.
And that was the accumulation. That's what I didn't have a platform to explain it. That was the accumulation you were talking about, which caused the laziness that you were saying. And that's when I was going with the lazy warrior. Not change it. You got the power right there. You got the power right there. All you got to do is just stand in it and be like, you know what? Nah, I'm going to make this decision. And it's going to be shaky, but accept how our process to getting to where we want to be. Because I'm a snack guy, yo. I ain't going to fake. The Mike Knights. I got the Starburst jelly beans. I got the Jolly Joes. I got the hot tamales. I got the Skittles. Like, nah, we not playing these games. We not the Charge Jar cookie. However, I do the yoga to make sure that I balance that out. And then when I see I'm going a little erratic, a little over, nah, you're leaning towards those old tendencies. Pull yourself back. Stop. Because you have the control. Don't let yourself get to that point and then blame something else and give your power away.
Paired with the sounds.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, thank you.
This needs to be a daily operation, bro.
This is a weekly operation, and this is a weekly operation now. We still getting the funding together to sponsor a daily thing. But there are classes every day except for Friday on the website, thefloatingyogi.com. We have Monday Night Book Club where we bring these topics in.
Yeah, I'm going to see you Saturday. I booked for Saturday.
Bad. That's going to be a fun one. I will not be in studio. I'm going on a family vacay. So you're going to be with me and the family on vacay. But Monday, we got the book club. I was supposed to go over this too, but I'm doing it now. Monday night's the book club. I'll be streaming at least on YouTube. And if Instagram don't ban me again, Instagram. Otherwise, then I'll move to Facebook and it'll still be on Zoom. So Zoom your best bet, right? Just come to the website, sign up, you're good to go. Monday night's the book club. Tuesday night is Ashtanga Layered Half Primary, where we take these concepts, we create our own physical practice, an actual yoga practice where we can reflect to see how we're going through these. We put ourselves in superficial, stressful situations to see how we deal with it. And then we can see the growth, not just deal with it. Where am I weak? Oh, I'm weak here. I'm not activating this muscle. So if I press the sits bones down, it'll stabilize me so I'm not swirling and that circular energy is overbearing and actually moving the vessel. I now have this awareness to make these adjustments. So that's what we do Tuesday night. We take Ashtanga Half Primary. If you're in the area, Monday, Thursday, Friday, I'm teaching it in person at Super Center. Wednesday, G is teaching. 7 a.m. She got a wake up flow. That jump, she straight fire too. When Thursday we got midday mind right and elevated yoga here at Chewy. Friday is the only day where there's not classes. Saturday we have float and flow. G is also teaching Ashtanga Layered Primary in person at Suka Center. And Sunday elevated Sift and Flow in person. We got the camping trip coming up in Memorial Day weekend in Shenandoah. There is a fall. There's a pink moon meditation at Suka Center. That's going to be fire too. We're going to be recording that and also recording the album there. Just got the confirmation last night. We'll be recording the album and to put that out. So if y'all there, y'all energy gonna be in the tracks. We're gonna be narrating. We got the bowls, we got the Gouda drum. It's fire. And the didgeridoo, the Indian flute. What? Come on now. Yeah. So that's the schedule. You can check it out on the website. Bop. That's all. I did all the payments. You know, the bowls are on the website. Monos Detox website. The teas are on the website, and monthly memberships are available on the website as well. Boom! It's all done. All right. Now we can talk. We're good. Now we can just get off the joint. I'm gonna get off IG. Peace, IG. Hey, thanks for flowing with me. Yeah, I'm with the shits. I'm gonna repost it if they let me.
Hey, brother, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So where are you based out of?
DC.
DC. Okay. Wow.
DC. DMV.
I see you over there trying to reverse that major vortex out there.
Come on now. Just the nation's cap showing that there's still a whole lot of black love and unity out here. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they try to show otherwise, that there's a whole lot of black family, black men in their families, with their families as well. And restructuring health and wellness in the community. And education.
Healing that ancestral DNA.
Yeah, where you from?
So right now I'm based in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, okay. All right. How do you like it over there?
It's honestly, it's pretty beautiful. It's really growing and evolving out here. There's a really strong spiritual community. I'm part of it, and it's definitely evolving and elevating big time. It's probably one of the hottest spots in the country right now.